My husband claimed his work wife was an upgrade, so I let him find out if she was worth it. Brad had been working late for 6 months when he finally slipped up. He left his laptop open one night, and there it was, a message to his coworker Heather. Not just any message, a detailed comparison chart, literally a spreadsheet comparing me to her. Categories included cooking skills, body type, sense of humor, and sexual adventurousness. I scored higher in exactly one category, financial contribution. His note at the bottom read, "When I'm ready to trade up, you'll be worth the hassle." I took screenshots. Then I closed the laptop and went to bed. The next morning, I made him breakfast like always. Brad kissed my cheek and said he'd be home late again. Big project deadline. I smiled and told him to take his time. That afternoon, I called my divorce attorney. Then I called Heather's husband, Philip. "Your wife is sleeping with my husband," I said. "Meet me for coffee." Philip was a data analyst, quiet and methodical. He'd suspected something, but had no proof. I showed him everything: the messages, the spreadsheet, the hotel receipts I'd been collecting. His face went pale when he read Brad's notes about Heather's complaints regarding Philip's boring job and lack of ambition. "What do you want to do?" he asked. "I want to give them what they want," I said. "Each other." We spent 2 weeks planning. Philip's parents owned a cabin 4 hours away, isolated and romantic. He told Heather he was going on a work trip. I told Brad I was visiting my sister. Then Philip convinced Heather they should use the empty cabin for a getaway. I convinced Brad that Heather's husband would be out of town and her place was free. On Friday night, we sent them to the same cabin. Neither knew the other would be there. Philip and I drove up separately, parking down the road. We gave them an hour to get settled. Brad arrived first. We watched him let himself in with the key Philip had given Heather. 15 minutes later, Heather pulled up. Through the window, we saw Brad's face when she walked in. Pure panic, then confusion, then the horrible realization. Philip and I walked up to the porch just as the screaming started. Heather was shouting about Brad lying to her, saying his wife knew and didn't care. Brad was yelling back that she'd promised to wait until after his divorce. I knocked. The look on Brad's face when he opened that door will sustain me forever. "We thought you two should have some time together," I said. "Since you're such perfect matches." Philip handed Heather an envelope. "Divorce papers, already filed. I'm keeping the house." I gave Brad his matching envelope. "You're keeping your spreadsheet skills. I'm keeping everything else. Oh, and Heather, Brad's been telling me about your plans for months. Every hotel, every lie. I've been documenting it all." That's when Brad grabbed my arm. "You can't do this. I never actually slept with her. We were just talking." "Funny," Philip said, "because Heather told me last month they'd been sleeping together since January." The look they gave each other was beautiful. Two liars realizing they'd been lying to each other too. Brad started shouting at Heather. She started crying, admitting Philip was right. I watched my husband of 8 years realize his upgrade was just another version of himself. As Philip and I walked back to our cars, I heard glass breaking inside the cabin. Brad was calling my phone. Heather was screaming at Philip to come back. We kept walking. Philip and I sat in his car for a moment. "What now?" he asked. "Now we let them figure out if they're actually worth it." I started my engine just as the cabin door flew open, and I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.